Hey, I'm vocal coach Jaime Vendera. We're back for another Singer Spotlight. Today we're with Bartek Kulczycki. I hope I said it right. We just practice it because I
Yeah.
always screw it up. Close enough. So Bartek, how are you doing today?
Oh, well, I'm kind of tired because it's already pretty late, and I had my finals over the last month. But still, I'm doing great anyway. I'm tired, but I'm doing great.
Well, cool. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? I want to know who you are, where you live, how old you are, what you're doing. Tell me what you're studying in school. Just let everybody know who you are.
Okay, so I'm from Poland, from Warsaw. I'm almost 21 right now. Um, I study at the Warsaw School of Economics, and but still, uh, singing and music in general is my biggest passion, of course. That's why I got to know you, and you know, and you have the chance to talk to me. Okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I always enjoy
If
talking to you.
if you know if music wasn't my passion, then um, I wouldn't be here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. Hey, why don't you tell me? You see, you're 20, you're almost 21.
Yeah.
When did you start singing? What inspired you to start singing? And how did you even get started singing?
Okay. When I was 7, I started playing keyboards. I was playing keyboards for like maybe 6 years, 7, 8. Then I got kind of tired of playing keyboards. It bored me. I started getting bored. But then a few years later, um, my friend who was playing guitar kind of inspired me to go back to music. Then I thought, okay, so I'll try to become a keyboard player in a band. But then I thought, oh my God, when I'm looking at all my idols on stage, when I'm watching DVDs or when I'm going to the concerts, then I almost always look at the frontman, at the singer. So I thought, oh, I want to be that guy in the front. I don't want to be the keyboard player nobody cares about. And that's how the idea was born. And 3 years ago, my dad found a vocal coach here in Warsaw for me, and I studied with him for like 6 months, and then I kind of I had some health issues and so on, so I kind of stopped learning from this guy. Not because of him, of course. It was like I have tonsil problems and so on. Um, then I sang in a band without any vocal coach for I don't know, maybe 2 years or something. And about a year ago, I found out about Jaime Vendera and his techniques and so on.
Well, how exactly did you find out about me?
Oh, well, to be honest, can I be honest? Yeah, I can be honest.
You can be
Okay.
honest.
Well, 3 years ago, when I decided to start singing, I already found about you over the net. I don't know. It was probably some YouTube video. And then I tried to illegally find your your books and so on, but I I couldn't find it.
Well, that's because I keep going to those sites and reporting them saying, take my book off of there. Yeah, I've seen it pop up here and there. But hey, as long as you're learning, I don't care.
Yeah, but but a year ago or something, I bought for your it was like a package of your books and so on and so on. So and what was your question again? Because I was talking now about
Oh no,
something else.
I wanted to know how you found out about me. How
Yeah. So let's say it is somehow over the net.
That's
Internet.
cool. That's cool. Well, let's jump back a bit. I want to know because I know you're in a band. I've heard you sing. You got a really great voice. Why don't you tell me about your band? What is your band's name? What kind of music do you play?
So our band is called Jane Doe. Um, I wasn't there when the guys were thinking about the name. I joined the band which already existed.
I actually
Uh,
like the name. I think it's cool. Yeah.
yeah, as far as I know, the guys wanted to um, establish a band with a name consisting of a first name and a last name of some female first name and the last name, but they finally decided to go with Jane Doe. And we play hard rock, like 80s American inspired hard rock, I think.
Cool. Well, have you had any performances with this band?
Yes, quite a bit. Maybe around 10 performances. My favorite ones were in Hard Rock Cafe here in Warsaw. Yeah, it was our second and third because we played twice there. It was our second and third gig ever. So we weren't that experienced as this band because each of us played in some different bands before. But yeah, as a band, it was the second and the third our gig ever. It was some contest organized by Hard Rock Cafe, but there were so many people. Like for me, it was the first time I really saw like a few hundred people watching me while I'm singing. It was great.
Love it. And like, do you guys mainly do cover tunes, or do you do originals, or like a mix?
Well, mostly we do originals, but we covered a few songs just for a cover festival we played on a year ago. So we covered Bon Jovi, we covered Guns N' Roses, and one song of Katy Perry. We made
That's
a
cool.
hard rock version of Katy Perry's "E.T.," but it worked out fine, I think. And lately we played on a motorcycle festival, and so we thought we should cover the bikers anthem, "Born to Be Wild," you know. So we
Gotcha.
we covered this song too. But generally we play our own songs, our own composed songs.
Well,
Yeah.
since you play your own music, I mean, do you have anything coming out? Can people can they find you on iTunes? Do you get songs out on YouTube?
Well, when I joined the band already had a four-track demo, uh, and I just put my vocals on these instrumental tracks, and we have four songs available online on YouTube or on Facebook. You can look for it's facebook.com/JaneDoePL is our fan page address.
Okay,
You
is that one Jane Doe, like B as in boy, L as in Larry?
PL like because we're from Poland, you know.
Okay,
So it's Jane
gotcha.
Doe PL
PL.
like
Gotcha. Just
Philip
wanted to make sure.
Lawrence. I don't know. uh, and what was I talking about? Okay, but these four recordings are quite old, and I'm not fully satisfied with what I did with my voice back then. But we're now in the process of recording a long play album, but we only have the drums right now. But
Okay,
still, we're going.
that's cool. So, but these four that you did record, were those pre Vendera? I mean, was it pre before you started studying my stuff?
Yes, yes, yes. It was like over a year before.
Good. Well, I'm kind of anxious to kind of hear when you get the new ones, so we can compare. Not saying that you're not
Uh,
already a great singer, but I even working with a lot of famous singers. Not that I've changed their voice, but I just see how much easier it becomes to do what they've done. And so, what is it like to be in this band, Bartek? You know, a lot of people aren't in a band. I want you to kind of give your inside scoop on what it feels like to be part of a group.
Before I joined the band I'm in now, I had a previous band, and you know, I can compare what happens in this band and in my previous band, which was my first band as a singer ever. Um, so right now I'm really satisfied because the guys, even if they are not famous or anything yet, the guys in my band are really professional guys when it comes to how they play their instruments, how they treat music, and so on and so on. So I hope that someday will reach a broader audience. And for now, so it's my biggest dream, let's say, and being in a band just gives me hope to achieve this dream.
Well, you can do anything you put your mind to. You know, when I was 18, 17, 18, I wanted to shatter glass with my voice like my favorite singer. And lo and behold, 20 years later, I hold a world record doing that. So you can do it. So, Bartok, when you played these gigs, have you had stage fright at all?
My first few gigs as a singer, uh, when I play these first gigs, I may have had some a little bit fright, and I was standing on stage and I thought, oh, what am I supposed to do now? The guy is playing solo, and what do I do? Do I dance or something? But right now, I'm really fine with the stress. Like maybe sometimes I'm stressed about live performance the day before the concert. But when I'm warming up before the gig I'm about to play, then it's not a problem. I don't feel fright at all. It's just the excitement. Oh, let the concert begin. I want to be there in front of the people, and it's something I love, and I'm not afraid of
No,
being
it's,
there.
it's that nervous energy. That's good. Everyone deals with it differently, but it's kind of shocking when you said, not that you said you had stage fright, but you did say, "Hey, the guitarist is playing a solo," and I'm like, "What am I supposed to do?" So usually it's before, it's not during or in the middle. But at least now you figure it out. Because if you don't know what to do when a guitarist is playing, you eventually find your own way, whether it is dancing around, running behind the drummer, whatever. Everybody's different, so you just got to find your own way through it. So you also mentioned, you're nervous the day before, but right before you're warming up, it goes away. What is your warm up routine like? What do you do to warm up your voice?
Your audiophiles help me a lot. So I start with the voice RX. Of course, I drink lots of water all the
I do
time.
too. I just drank it down the
Yeah.
wrong tube.
Okay. Um, but still, yeah. I drink lots of water. I do the voice RX, and then after finishing voice RX, then I do the ultimate vocal warm up, and then after I finish ultimate vocal warm up, I do the sirens from the bottom to the top of my voice. Let's say it differs, but I figured out that to sing the way I like. Um, how to say it? Um, in this type of music, in hard rock, actually the voice needs grit to,
Mhm.
do it, And I found out that it's easier for me to do it the right way is when my voice is already a little bit tired. So I'm not only warmed up, but still do some extra stuff before the concert. So it's a part of my warm-up routine, let's say, I think.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet it's not even that it's like already tired. It's like you just said, you do my voice RX, then my ultimate vocal warm up. That's 30 minutes right there. So then if you go into the sirens, I think it's like a runner who's maybe a runner's doing two races. And they stretched out, they ran one race, and now they're getting ready for the big race. So you've kind of went through with sirens to hit it with some full voice to kind of get the blood flowing, get everything prepped with that full big sound, and then bam, you go do your thing. So that's fine. It's just a little muscular exertion, just like you're working out in the gym to get you pumped up. That's cool. So if you're at home practicing and you're not warming up for a gig or a rehearsal, do you do anything different? Are you doing all three isolation exercises? Or are you doing the vocal power scales that I'm endorsed to teach? Or, I mean, what do you do?
Uh, well, Now, without looking for fake excuses, I must admit that lately I became really lazy. But I had months where I exercise almost every day. so let's think back to these good times.
Well, I appreciate your honesty because a lot of
Yeah,
singers go through this. I'm guilty. So
yeah. So well, I stick to the academy for some time and to daily workouts. When I wasn't doing the academy workouts, I did these three isolation exercises. Sometimes some more falsetto slides, sometimes more full voice exercises. It all depended. I just don't. I didn't want to get bored doing the same exact thing over and over again. And right now, I still sometimes exercise, of course, and I want to do it, of course, more often. And
well,
well, maybe I'll start today or tomorrow.
there's nothing, and Bartek, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with even jumping back in the academy to like weeks 1 through 4. In fact, you can see Benny joined us. Benny's a slave driver, and he was on me, had me redesign the first 4 weeks. So we added a lot of new PDFs and stuff. So you may want to go back and say, okay, I kind of got lazy. Let me go back and kind of review those crash course weeks and go over like the new foundations PDFs that we put in there, because sometimes you just need to go back to square one. Not saying you're starting all over again, but sometimes just the basic siren, basic transcending tones, falsetto slide can actually help you gain back and get stronger than if you're jumping ahead in the academy and then you kind of lost it for a month or so. So just go at your own pace. Now, even though you gotten kind of lazy, which I know you haven't gotten real lazy like most singers, some singers I've dealt with. What do you do daily to keep your voice in shape? What do you do to keep your voice healthy? So like you said before, you had trouble with your tonsils. So what are you doing now to make sure the throat is, dead on so you can practice?
Well, I drink much more water than before in my life. Uh, Well, I actually stick to the rule of a spoon of apple cider vinegar a day. Well,
You know,
I'm not an authority when it comes to being healthy. I'm afraid I must admit. But still, yeah, I'm trying to keep my voice in shape, and I never like scream without warming up and so on. So maybe my lifestyle is not uh, that great when it comes to being healthy, but when it comes to my voice, I'm really trying to uh, keep it down when I think I'm not ready.
that's still some good tips, especially apple cider vinegar. So we already know how you found out about me. Since you did get the ultimate vocal workout, a year ago, and then you joined the academy, what results have you gotten from studying my material and applying them to your voice?
Well, definitely my voice got stronger in terms of stamina. So it's not like I sing for 20 minutes and then I lost my voice. I can't speak anymore. No, that doesn't happen right now. I remember then. I remember like 2 years ago when I joined the band Jane Doe. Uh, we had uh, not auditions. What do we call them?
Audition.
Rehearsals. Oh,
Oh,
rehearsals.
rehearsals.
Rehearsals. Yeah. I wanted to go. Yes, say rehearsals. We had rehearsals for like 2 hours, and then like after 1.5 an hour, my voice was so dried up, or it was like I was unable to sing for the next 30 minutes and for the next day. Right now, it doesn't happen at all. I finally got the idea of the grit that doesn't hurt. So yeah, my voice definitely got stronger, and the top notes aren't the top notes of mine also feel stronger than before. What I was gonna say, I did not, to be honest, I did not achieve some hyper high voice, and my voice didn't get the range didn't get this wider. But still the effects when it comes to strengthening the voice, then the results are great.
Yeah, no, that's good, and I'm glad that you actually said that, and you're telling me this because people need to know. You will gain range with what we do, but I don't like these false claims of you'll gain an octave because you typically can, but everybody's different. I'm happy to know that your stamina is better. You're not losing your voice, and you hit it on the head. You nailed it on the head. You said, "Hey, I'm doing the grit that doesn't hurt." Grit should not hurt. If you know how to do it, if you study these techniques, then you can. It's not a problem. So, Bartek, say that you're out at another hard rock gig, and some kid out in the audience just loves your voice, and afterwards you're talking to the fans, and he says, "Dude, I don't know how you sang that way with that killer grit and that power." What would you tell them if they wanted some advice on learning how to sing?
Well, first of all, find yourself a teacher. When it comes to my experience, from my experience, I can say that I tried to learn the basics of singing just by watching videos online, and I just could not get it. I went to the vocal coach. In 2 minutes, he explained how to produce this bigger tone, the full tone, and not just you know.
Absolutely.
And for first of all, to learn the basics, I think responsible vocal coach is what someone needs.
No, absolutely. And there's a lot of great coaches out there, and there's a lot of misinformation, especially on YouTube. In fact, I was talking to one of our previous interviewees off the record, and he was talking about a great coach. I've never heard of this coach before, actually. And he said, I thought he was great, but then he said, just let your stomach go limp. You shouldn't ever tighten it. And any coach that says you should is completely wrong, which is such false information. I speak from experience, from shattering glass with my voice. If I did not bear down, like we teach in the academy, which I know is what you're doing now, from Raise Your Voice, you will lose your voice. I've seen it time and time again. I watch professional opera singers lose their voice trying to break glass without bearing down. So, yeah, there is a lot of misinformation. So do find you a coach, whether it's me or anyone, and make sure that they're working with you and that it makes sense. So Bartek, why don't you tell me about how we can find you again? I know they can go to facebook.com/Janedoe, JaneDoepl for Poland, Jane Doe PL. But what if they want to find you on YouTube or on a website?
Well, to find any of our it's probably if you go to Facebook, then you can find the links to the other sites.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way. To find our songs on YouTube, you probably should search for Jane Doe and any of our titles. So let's say I'll just
tell us the titles.
Just one of them, so because you can then enter the channel and you can find everything there. So one of our songs is called Sane Enough to Jump. So if you just write down Jane Doe, Sane Enough to Jump, then you can find our profile on YouTube.
So Sane, SANE, enough to jump, JUMP?
Yes, that's right.
Sane enough to jump. Just wanted to make sure. Because my earphones are a little off when I'm not hearing you clearly. So, dude, that was perfect. I love you. We've done stuff like this before. I'm glad you're one of my students, and I'm glad you're rocking out. And I can't wait for you to become a rock star. I know you have the talent. I know you have the drive. And by the way, I'm probably coming to Poland really soon. So I'll keep you informed in case you want to come hang out. Yeah, so I'll let you know. Sometime maybe in October. We're working on it now, thanks to a good vocal coach friend of mine named John Henney. So we'll see everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this singer spotlight with Bartek I've done forget how to say it. Kulczycki. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
30 minutes in and I remembered. So singers, definitely check out Bartek. Go to, again, facebook.com/Jane Doe PL, or go to YouTube and type in Jane Doe Sane Enough to Jump and check him out, and you won't be disappointed. So with that said, I bid you adieu, and we'll see you in the next Singer Spotlight.